The latest, Iran versus Israel. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the damages Iran ballistic missiles rockets did in Israel.
Less than 24 hours after Israel attacked Iran, Iran responded with over 200 ballistic missiles and 200 drones. Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and a lot more cities in Israel was bombarded heavily by Iran. The only video I have personally seen is the one from Tel Aviv, and believe me, Tel Aviv was rocked massively by Iranian missiles. No lie, they cannot lie to us. They can't tell us otherwise because we saw it as it was happening. Over 200 drones 200 missiles was used in that attack on Israel today. Don't forget, earlier in the day, Iran already sent about 200 drones into Israel just to drain and overpower the Israel air defense systems. The only thing Netanyahu was depending on to protect him and the Israel people failed. The air defense system failed massively. And I strongly believe Netanyahu would think twice before attacking Iran again. I'm not saying he would not do it again with the backing of his own people. He would probably do it again, but he would think carefully before attacking Iran again. As for Iran, Iran continued to send waves upon waves upon waves of missiles into Israel. Netanyahu was reported to have fled the country. The moment he was informed of the incoming attack from Iran, he was flown out of the country immediately, just before the missiles got to Israel and started dropping. Netanyahu left the country. Iran did not count their gun. They sent a lot of ballistic missiles into Israel, straight from the Russian playbook. First, they sent a lot of drones just to drain the Israel air defense system and protection, and then they launched the missiles into Israel. We saw the consequences and damages that have been caused to Tel Aviv. Iran's success was that they completely rubbished the Israel air defense system. And I bet Ukraine would be so happy to see this, because this air defense system were primarily made to go to Ukraine, but it was diverted to Israel by Donald Trump. So Ukraine is that one country that will be so happy right now to see and to know those air defense systems failed. The United States was reportedly to have rushed to save Israel by helping Israel to shoot down drones and missiles that was heading into the country after they found out the air defense systems failed. Apparently, Iran sent 3 waves of missile strikes into Israel. Multiple explosions, crazy devastation and damage. We heard what happened in Jerusalem. Iran Revolutionary Guard claimed that they targeted the military centers and air base in Israel. Now, let's talk about the difference between the result of strike from Israel and Iran. Now, Israel got a good result in the sense that, we have to be honest, they caught Iran off guard, and they always do. How can a whole Iran, a whole country like Iran in the Middle East, slack so badly that Israel was able to penetrate into its territory with missiles and killed over 2 commanders? How? That is unacceptable. That is not even heard. Someone sold Iran out. Someone sold those commanders out. Their location and their verified presence was related to the Israel Air Force just before the strike took place, because those commanders were not even in their own home. They were in, what do they call this, penthouse. Go and have a look at the pictures of the commanders that were killed. They were all in the penthouse. They were not in their own home. So somebody sold them away. But where were the Iranian air defense system? Where were they? Regardless if somebody sold the general out or gave Israel the location of the generals, where were the Iranian air defense systems? Secondly, Israel's strike was a precision strike. And as you know, precision strikes are more damaging and destructive because they go straight to where they are sent to, right? Also, Israel seems to depend totally on its air force. Remove the Israeli air force from the equation and Israel is doomed. They're finished. They depend solemnly and more, 90% on their air force, because that is all they have. And they are very good at what they do. Let's be honest. Netanyahu himself claimed they completed the task. They managed to destabilize the Iranian nuclear program. Donald Trump. But the downside to that is it looked like Iran played a fast one on everyone, in the sense that they have relocated a few things. Iran had relocated a lot of their facilities. They played a very, very fast one. Western media, are calling the Iranian retaliation a terrorist attack, because a few civilian buildings were destroyed and brought to the ground, and there were obviously casualties amongst civilians. Whose fault was that? And why did the Western media not label Israel as terrorist when Israel launched those strikes into Iran? Let me know what you think in the comment section.
The latest, Iran versus Israel. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the damages Iran ballistic missiles rockets did in Israel last night. You can see damages. Western media can never tell us otherwise, because we saw everything that happened both in Iran and Israel. The truth remains, both Iran air defense system and Israel air defense system, all of them failed woefully this time around, as you can see, including the so-called United States air defense system they gave to Israel. Ukraine will be happy right now because air defense system meant to be delivered to Ukraine. Donald Trump diverted all of them, about 20,000, to Israel before this war started. They diverted it to Israel to defend Israel against Iran ballistic missiles. And you can see both Israel Iron Dome and this United States air defense system, all of them failed woefully. Ukraine will be happy right now. Had it been that United States sent this air defense system to Ukraine, Russia for done Russia for done deal with Ukraine with this so-called air defense system for United States. Oh my goodness. You can see what happened in Israel last night. Now let's wait for Israel's response. Yes, they will respond also, and Iran will respond again. So guys, you can see what happened both in Israel and Iran. Israel will respond again, and Iran will respond again. These two countries, they fit each other. Meanwhile, US forces are in the Middle East right now, helping Israel IDF, Israel forces, intercepting those missiles, ballistic missiles from Iran. But the United States said they are not involved. But their fighter jet and their forces and Israel right now helping them with their air defense system. This failed air defense system. The so-called air defense system they are proud of. Both Iran, both Israel, both United States, all their air defense system failed woefully. Breaking news. Iranian president have declared that powerful retaliation will make their enemies to regret ever taking this foolish action they took earlier this morning by attacking their nuclear site and unaliving many of their citizens. According to the report also, Iran have fired about 100 drones towards Israel, as you can see. So this is what is happening right now. Iran have also raised their red flag for revenge. Anytime you see Iran raising this red flag, you know that they are going for revenge. Okay, this is what is happening right now. You all know that Israel carried on airstrike against Iran nuclear site earlier this morning and unaliving many of their citizens, including top 3 military commanders in Iran and also top 2 scientists. They were responsible for these nuclear weapons they are talking about. 2 of them were unalived through that airstrike. So Iran is seriously preparing to retaliate right now. So guys, what do you think? Do you think that Iran can be able to retaliate against Israel and United States? Because Israel is literally dragging US into this war in the Middle East. And right now, both United Kingdom and US fighter jet, they're already in Middle East waiting for Iran to fire their ballistic missiles towards Israel so that they can intercept them. This is what is happening right now. So stay tuned. More updates are still coming. Many things are happening in the Middle East right now as we speak. Drop your comment on the comment section and please share this video, like, comment, and also follow me for more updates.
Oh my God, this interview will blow your mind. Have you guys seen the recent interview of Tucker Carlson and this diplomat who explained into details why and how the Western America got rid of Muammar Gaddafi? According to this diplomat, Muammar Gaddafi agreed to resign from power, but the West and America refused. Can you believe that? I still remember this like it was yesterday. I still remember after they assassinated Muammar Gaddafi, the first press conference Obama gave was, Libya is free forever. Their justification was Muammar Gaddafi was a dictator and he has refused to leave power. But according to this diplomat, Muammar Gaddafi wrote a letter with his own hands and sent him to give this letter to the Western America that he will step down from power. And the Western America said, no, we want you to remain in power. I never knew that Muammar Gaddafi agreed to step down. I don't know how you guys will find this interview. Let me see if I can play this interview for you guys. Let me check and see.
I hand carried the letter back from Gaddafi offering to resign. The U.S. didn't want him to resign. They wanted to... Why? Because Gaddafi, and I met him 3 times. I took Biden on my second trip to Libya, by the way. He went with me when I spoke to the whole country. At every meeting I had with Gaddafi, he wanted 2 things. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like European standard gold, like the European economy. He wanted to base it on the gold standard. And the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth. So Gaddafi had to go. That's outrageous, and it's wrong.
So the full interview is on Tucker Carlson platform. You can go and check it out. Muammar Gaddafi was creating a system similar to BRICS. And that is why I keep saying that the introduction of BRICS is based on Muammar Gaddafi ideology. I keep saying this. So Muammar Gaddafi was creating a reserve currency for the whole of Africa. So we Africans will trade with our own reserve currency. When you look at the economic relationship between Africa and the West, this is not trade. It is a relationship between a slave and a slave master. The West and America are basically trading non-renewable papers, just ordinary papers, right? Let me not even use non-renewable. They are just using papers to take our resource. And remember, our resources are not replaceable. They are non-renewable. And they are just printing ordinary papers, the dollars, the euros, the pounds, and they are taking everything away from us. So it is basically relationship between a slave and a slave master. And Muhammad Gaddafi saw this. And he wanted to break this nonsense. And our leaders, all of them stood. All of them knew that they were going to take down Muhammad Gaddafi. But they all cowardly refused. Or they couldn't even voice out. Or they refused, whether they, I don't know what happened. But according to Museveni, they had a delegation, the Western America called them and ordered them to return back, and all of them cowardly returned back. This is why I personally respect Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin was the only leader who stood and defended Muammar Gaddafi. Well, don't forget to hit on the like button and share to family and friends. This video must go viral. Please share this video to family and friends. Let the whole continent of Africa see this video. Let us educate our people. Let our people know the true colors of these guys who are claiming that they want to help us. Please share this video. It's very, very important.